All right, I'm the cleanup hitter, so I don't have much time, so I'm going to go to the last slide. Okay, and I'm just going to talk a little bit I just want to get you in the right frame of mind and thinking about everything that's going on today and what was said in the first panel, what was said today. It kind of boils down to thinking defensively in your business. One of the things that could really undo you, you could be great at sales, you could have a great product, you could be doing everything right, but there are things that can undo you. Needless costs like penalties and interest costs that you maybe didn't need to incur, lawsuits. Small business, a big target for lawsuits. You want to try to avoid those. All kinds of things. So let me just go through a couple of areas where I think you should be thinking defensively. In your hiring, you want to do screening of your employees. You want to make sure that you have employment practice liability coverage to protect you in case of claims from wrongful termination, sexual harassment, and all kinds of discrimination actions. Online. Brian talked about all that social media, but you got to watch what's going on out there. You have to educate your staff and make sure that they're not bad-mouthing you or defaming your competitors. You want to think defensively there and monitor what's going on and what's being said about you as well, so that you can counteract things that are being said about you. And Brian talked about Google Alerts. That's certainly one great way to watch what's going on. You want to protect your intellectual property. Today, believe it or not, 60 to 80% of the value of many, many businesses is just your IP. So you want to really take action to protect yourself. For example, trademarking what's important to you, and then monitoring what's going on. You know, I have my big ideas for small businesses trademarked. How do you think I felt when I saw IBM using it and having to contact IBM and convince them? They were very gracious. They apologized and ceased immediately. But it's up to you to be vigilant and watch out for infringement so that you don't lose the IP that you've tried to protect. Think about business operations, safety, and having, again, adequate insurance, backing up your data. We talked about that in the first panel. It's critical. I don't know, I've had issues where I've had to recall data that I've backed up remotely, and boy, was I glad that I had that to access. And finally, you know, think about disaster planning. I don't know how many of you were here in White Plains 5 years ago when the lights went out, but I was on the 4th floor of a building on 75 South Broadway, and I can tell you that you need to think about what's going on and how you're going to run your business. And 40% of small businesses never recover from a disaster. So have you thought about what's going to happen? Have you made plans for H1N1 where they're predicting, again, 40% absenteeism as a potential? What's going to happen to your business? Who's going to run it when maybe you or other people are going to be out sick? So again, it's just a question of thinking ahead, thinking defensively, and again, small business owners, we don't have a legal department. We don't have an accounting department. We don't have an IT department. We have to turn to outside experts to get the help we need, to ask the right questions, and to, again, make sure that we protect our businesses. Thanks a lot.